It's time for Usman versus Buckley at UFC Fight Night in Atlanta, Georgia. And I wore my crazy shirt today. Let's talk the whole main card. Actually, talk the whole card in general. I'll start from the bottom, go all the way up to the top. I already placed my bets. If you want to see who I'm betting on, DM at mikefinchshow on Instagram. We'll get you in there. I got a dog that I like a lot. I got an over that I like a lot. And I got a couple parlays that I went for as well. Always, you can click the link below and jump into the free channel where I give out a bet that didn't make the cut, but that I still hit. All right, ready? Starting from the bottom, Vanessa Demopoulos looked a lot smaller. I mean, she was looking way up at Jamie Lynn Horth. Jamie Lynn Horth, too big, too powerful, probably too good at striking. I do think people want to just call Vanessa Demopoulos like an armbar or bust, but she can kickbox a little bit. She's got some Muay Thai. She's competed in Muay Thai. I got to hang out with her at Fight Ready and watch her train a little bit. I mean, she could throw some kicks. She could mix it up. I just think the size difference is too extreme. Did you guys see weigh-ins? It looked like she was David and Goliath, okay, for the ladies. It was crazy. So I don't know if Jamie Horth had like boots on and I don't know what that was. High heels? What the fuck was that? Because Vanessa came up to her waistline. I'm going to go with Jamie Lynn Horth getting it done. First fight of the night between the ladies. Next one, Phil Rowe versus Ange Loosa. I like this fight. Another one where Ange Loosa looks like a jacked child and Phil Rowe looks like a full size. I think Phil Rowe can outstrike him. This is like even odds, or Phil Rowe was dog money when I looked at it before. I actually didn't look at the odds today. I think Phil Rowe's probably a little more dynamic than Ange Loosa. Ange is going to rely on the power, rely on the guillotine. I just don't see him putting Phil Rowe out. It wouldn't shock me. Any outcome in this fight wouldn't shock me. It's not like Phil Rowe's the most reliable guy. He loses every grappling match he enters on a professional level anyway, which is fine because he's grappling some of the best grapplers in the world. Kind of cool getting out there. But, bro, you've been losing, man. He loses a lot. Against Ange Loosa, pretty good fight. Pretty good fight between these two. It's probably competitive. It's probably back and forth. And the more technically sound guy with more weapons and more ways to win is Phil Rowe. I'll go with him, but I do like the matchup. Ricky Simón was taking on Charles Jourdain. I went ahead and bet on Ricky Simón over Charles Jourdain. I was very excited about it. I was locking him. Then Charles Jourdain pulled out. You know, just keeps happening to me, man. Happened with the girls fight the week before the pay-per-view. Erin Blanchfield, I had her via submission. It was, solid plus money. And we know what happened there. Okay. Macy didn't make the walk. All but. And here's another bet that gets dropped. It is what it is. In comes Cameron Smotherman. I think Ricky Simón's a lock here. I think Ricky Simón could take him down. He's got a full camp on him too. I know what this kid is. I assume I know what this kid is thinking. Hey, I'll be a company man. I want to get a good reputation. I'll come in on short notice. I'll be there for the UFC. Maybe they'll be there for me when I need them. But that doesn't put him in the best spot here. This is not an easy fight. Ricky Simón is a powerful grappler with great cardio who's going to drive forward and push. He's trained and ready for this date. I can't imagine Smotherman is as prepared. So let's go with Ricky Simón. I think you got to lock him here. Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa. Jose Ochoa, that aggressive Mexican style. He comes forward. He wants to bang it out. He wants to create exchanges. He's fun to watch for sure. And Cody Durden, a wrestler who's been there, done that in the UFC. He's definitely had some ups and downs, some decent wins, some decent losses. It's a tough one. My early lean was Cody Durden, which I think was a dog. But as we get closer, I'm thinking Ochoa, takedown defense and striking. It's definitely a tough one. I'm not really sold either way. It's all about the takedowns, right? It's one of those where you might live bet it when you see, if Ochoa is just shrugging off the takedown attempts, yeah, he might even put him away on the feet. But, if Durden can get that early takedown, I could see him wearing on him. It's a good fight for sure. I think I'm going to go full flip here, all right? I was on Durden. I'm going Ochoa after seeing weigh-ins and after a little bit of focus on it this week. Dono Train got started. Monzy Man with $10. Dono Train is started. Let's go. Let's go, Monzy Man. I appreciate you, Monzy. That means a lot. Thank you very much. I'm going to a pro grappling event tonight. I'll get a drink with that, okay? I'm going to Who's Number One in Costa Mesa. Craig Jones is going to be there. John Danaher, I believe, should be cornering. Maybe even Gordon Ryan cornering. Fuck, I forgot their heavyweight who's competing now. They got a bunch of people on the card. Craig's got some people on the card. It should be fun. All right. Let's keep running up the card. I guess I'll go Ochoa. Wellmaker and Moutinho. Moutinho comes back from a hiatus from the UFC where he got some wins, but still isn't that good, I don't like how the body's still soft, And I mean, hey, I'm no Greek god over here, all right? I'm doing okay, but this ain't great, all right? This is Chris Moutinho level probably, right? Probably pretty similar. But I'm not fighting in the UFC tomorrow. If you're going to be in fight shape, I think Wellmaker looks more in fight shape. He looks so confident, maybe too confident. But in this matchup, I just don't see where Moutinho is dangerous for him, With that being said, Wellmaker didn't even make my 5 most confident picks, which, by the way, went 5 for 5 last week, and we're going for it this week. Biggest favorite on the card, and he didn't even make my top 5 because we haven't seen much of him, man. Powerful offense, but I haven't seen the going get tough yet for him. These odds are just unbelievable, but Wellmaker, of course. Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee. Tough one. I am a Michael Chiesa skeptic. Okay? I'll put my Alex Jones tinfoil hat on here. Michael Chiesa is scared to strike. Okay? Fear. He was in there with a 100-year-old Tony Ferguson moving away from him like he was holding a bomb. What was the concern in there with Tony Ferguson? Now he's in there with Court McGee, who's, although 40, right, a better wrestler than Michael Chiesa. I was just watching today The Ultimate Fighter Season 11 with my dude Kevin, and Court McGee was on it. Ultimate Fighter Season 11, Chuck Liddell versus Tito Ortiz, Ultimate Fighter. It's a long time ago. Court McGee's been in the game a long time. He doesn't look, well, in the face he looks 40, but in his the wrestling's like the last thing to go. And so I feel like this could be pretty competitive. Michael Chiesa is a sizable favorite. I think he's better at jiu-jitsu. He's obviously a lot bigger. He's obviously in good shape. Look at him at weigh-ins. He's got a black eye, which is not usually a good thing, Why you got a black eye? What, are you hard sparring on fight week? What are you doing? That shows like, how are you hard sparring on fight week? Like, what, are you not ready for Court McGee? Tough one to call, guys. Tough one to call. I'll go Court McGee. Fuck it. I'll go out on a limb and say Court McGee because of the wrestling and because Court McGee has balls. And I think he's going to be able to bend his knees and do a little more damage here. Could he get subbed? Yeah. If Michael Chiesa takes him down, it's going to be a wrap. If he can't, it gets interesting. Fuck it. Court McGee. I just did that on the spot too. Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato. You got to go with Rodolfo Bellato here. He's a powerful striker. Went to a draw in Australia where I thought, I had bet on the underdog. Why can't I think of his fucking name? Damn it. Missing names today, dude. Rodolfo Bellato. Jimmy Crute just came to me before I looked it up. Jimmy Crute. I had bet on Jimmy Crute, who was dog money, and they went to a fucking draw. So it's not like I'm this big Rodolfo Bellato believer. However, in this matchup, it's just so obvious what he's got to do. If he drops Paul Craig, he should back the fuck up, let Paul Craig up. Are his coaches telling him that? I hope so, right? Just stay out of danger. Paul Craig submitted the champion of the weight class, Ankalaev. You don't want to jump in that spider web. Let him back up. Drop him again. Let him back up. It should be a 30-27 for Rodolfo Bellato. So I'm going to go with Bellato here. He's got a lot better Muay Thai. He's got power, and Paul Craig doesn't. Paul Craig has a wicked submission game. I think Bellato's got this. Alonso, Menifield, and Oumar Sy. You got to go with Sy here. I think he's going to finish the fight too. Alonso Menifield has a puncher's chance, but I'm not betting on a puncher's chance. I think Oumar Sy is going to be able to put him away. Might even out-grapple him here. That would be interesting to see, right? Him change levels, hit the takedown, ground and pound from the top position. He could also knock him out on the feet. At 205, Sy is somebody to look out for. I got Sy via a finish. Cody Brundage and Mansur Abdul-Malik. I'm going to go with Mansur Abdul-Malik, obviously. Cody Brundage is in a war with Julian Erosa. That's not good. Mansur Abdul-Malik can be patient. We saw in his last fight. Patient until he gets the finish. He can go out there and blitz him. I think either way this works out for him. I think Mansur Abdul-Malik is a lock over Cody Brundage, who just pretty much has the wrestling here. He's probably going to get dropped. Many people drop him. And, I've seen him bullied on the ground too. I got to go with Mansur Abdul-Malik here. Although, questionable weight cut for Mansur Abdul-Malik. He had to weigh in with the pants off when a lot of other people were like celebrating that they were 1 pound over. It seemed like maybe the scale was, I was questioning rather. I shouldn't say it seemed. I was questioning whether or not the scale was a little off and they were given a little bit of grace. He was, I think, the only guy to take his drawers off to have to make weight. He looked happy that he made weight. Didn't look too drained for me to like him against Cody Brundage. I got Mansur Abdul-Malik. I mean, who had a harder weight cut, I should say, than Kayla Harrison last week? And she could put on a performance. I think Mansur Abdul-Malik does it. Cody Garbrandt versus Raoni Barcelos. A lot of people looking at Cody Garbrandt here. I got Raoni Barcelos. I think Barcelos is going to be able to take him down and submit him. The striking should be even competitive. Raoni Barcelos can bring a pressure here. You can see that there's an opportunity for him once he lands on top to finish the fight. He is a lot better once he gets to that top position. I do think that Cody Brundage is going to need to use that wrestling and have a career performance here. Not sure he gets it done against the Raoni Barcelos, who's hungry, fucking yelling on the scale at weigh-ins, ready to rock, look good against the kid in the last fight. I do think that he puts it together here and submits Cody Garbrandt. Andre Petroski versus Edman Shahbazyan. I'm on the dog. I'm going Andre Petroski. I think Edman Shahbazyan's ground game is terrible. Holy shit. He melts. It's like you took a shark out of the ocean and threw him on a paved parking lot and had a fight with him. It's easy. It's easy. He's flopping around. Right? You get in the water with him, or with Edman, you start striking with him. He's clean. He's technical. He's got game. He's dynamic. He's smart. As soon as he's on his back, what the fuck is he doing? He was beating the brakes off of GM3. GM3 needed one takedown and just buzzed right through him. Like, bro, you got to be good enough at jiu-jitsu to just survive. Come on, man. Even Poatan just kind of hangs on, wraps that guard up, gets a hold of the back of your neck, wraps those arms up. Edman, what the fuck? No way I can bet on him here. And I see people doing it. No. Andre Petroski is a beast. He's a good wrestler. Powerful submissions. His front headlock chokes are nasty. He's got the anaconda or the darce options. Just powerful shit. Ground and pound if he wants it. You've seen him bully people on the ground. I think he's bullying Edman Shahbazyan here. Andre Petroski. Rose Namajunas and Miranda Maverick. I'm going with Thug Rose. And not just because I used to work at UFC Jim Rosemead, which is codename Thug Rose. It's because Rose Namajunas has cleaner striking, better movement, and I think she negates the takedowns of Miranda Maverick. Miranda Maverick's a real test for her. It's a fun fight, but Miranda Maverick needs to get to that top position. I don't see her outstriking a Rose Namajunas. I do see a Rose Namajunas coasting to a decision here. Rose Namajunas over Miranda Maverick, and then that brings us to our main event. Kamaru Usman is back on half a knee versus Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley got through Wonder Boy, veteran striker, very smart, very intelligent, rangy guy, sets you up, right? But he brought the heat. He kept coming forward. It was competitive, man. You know, I rewatched the fight this week, you know. Wonder Boy is sending those head kicks up there. I mean, Wonder Boy was trying to get him out of there. He was able to be mobile enough and explosive enough to get that done. And then, you know, really ran away with it when he just fought arch nemesis of Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington. The Colby fight, Colby was getting tired, you know, shooting takedowns. He did get 1 or 2 takedowns on Buckley, but Buckley pops right back up, which is a good sign. I appreciate the urgency. I do notice that. And I think here, you know, the wrestling threat is very real, but we haven't seen Kamaru Usman be that dominant wrestler for a while now, you know? It's been a while. He did it to Tyron Woodley. How fucking long ago was that? You know? He's really, you know, I mean, he showed some shots in the Hamzat fight, but he's really turned into more of a striker. And I think that's a problem for him here, you know? He's got clean 1-2s. He sits behind his jab well. He's the bigger man. Look how tall he is compared to Buckley, but I think Buckley's going to blitz him. I mean, you got to favor the youth. You got to favor the healthier fighter. You got to favor the guy on the come up. I like how Buckley's framing it. He's like, how you feel going against the next gen, the new gen? You know, he's the new generation. And I think he's going to be able to get Kamaru Usman out of there in a 25-minute fight. They're in the big cage. Remember, it's Atlanta, Georgia. I you know, you would think that would help the like taller guy, but with Joaquin Buckley, his movement's actually pretty sporadic. I mean, he's all over the place. And so he likes to move. He likes to use that big cage. I think that'll be good for him. So I think Joaquin Buckley controls this fight. Maybe gets taken down once or twice, but pops back up and gets Kamaru Usman out of there via knockout. All right. One more time for my people in the back. I'm going Kamaru. Oh, my God. I almost said Kamaru Usman. I'm going Joaquin Buckley. I'm going Rose Namajunas. I'm going Andre Petroski. I'm going with Raoni Barcelos, Mansur Abdul-Malik, Oumar Sy, Rodolfo Bellato, Court McGee, I guess. I don't know. Wellmaker over Moutinho, Ochoa over Durden, Simón over, it's not Charles Jourdain, it is Cameron Smotherman. Phil Rowe, I'll take over Angelusa, and we got to go Jamie Lynn Horth since she's a foot taller than Vanessa Demopoulos, and, you know, a decent kickboxer for sure. All right, those are my full card predictions for UFC Fight Night, Usman versus Buckley. Let's fucking eat. If you guys want to see who I'm betting on, I placed a couple of sizable bets this week. You can go check them out over on the premium channel. It's Telegram. You just download the Telegram app, and then we'll get you in there so you can see who I'm betting on. If you'd like to see that, DM at mikefinchshow on Instagram, and we'll get you in there. All right. And follow your boy at Mike Finch MMA on Instagram, by the way. What up, everybody? What up, Jack Talon? What up, Tyson? Congratulations for my cousin. Let me say it again. Congratulations to my cousin, Tyson Finch, for graduating college. Very smart young man, up and coming engineer. Watch out, folks. Tyson, congrats, cuz. Bro, Usman locked up. Get the fuck out of here. Swagged up. Thank you, bro. You like this. Thank you, dog. I'm ready for the haters, actually, dude. I'm ready for the haters. Where they at? Cody W. Okay. Keep it up, Finch. You the real. Thank you, Jordan Harper. I appreciate that. Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee. Battle for the retirement home. Damn, son. Chill on them. Yeah. 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 They're both done. Never trust Chiesa. I'm saying. You're rocking McGee as well. Let's go. They sized up decent at weigh-ins. Court much thicker. Chiesa won't be able to bully him in the clinch. Dude has been grappling longer than Chiesa at a high level. I like Court too. Yeah, I just wish Court was like more dangerous with the striking. You know, if you get somebody who could walk Chiesa down, bomb on him, and defend takedowns, like perfect recipe to put him away. I don't know if he has a striking advantage. I'd assume so, but it's getting old, man. Malik has enough holes in the striking. He can get neck cracked by Brundage. Bruh. That would be crazy. If Cody Brundage knocks out Malik, that'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Barcelos getting creamed. He's too old. Chill out, dude. Yo. We overhyped him for beating a hyped up emo kid. Stop it. Mo, you tripping, bro. You tripping. No. The wrestling is what surprised me. His offensive wrestling is what really surprised me there. Like he's already for sure better at jiu-jitsu. I mean, you're not, I'll go out on a limb and say you're not going to see Cody Garbrandt submit Raoni Barcelos. That's not going to happen. But Peyton Talbot's a strong fucking kid and a dangerous striker. And he was able to get to his hips and drag him to the ground. Cody could wrestle for sure. I mean, prime Cody's one of the best fighters I've ever seen, but his prime lasted like that long. I think you're tripping on that one. Finch loves Wang. Love your picks, big dog. We making money this weekend. He means Wang the fighter. Okay, don't get it twisted. What happened to your very confident pick on Patchy? That Patchy was not in the most confident picks. Last week, Mr. Durden gotta be the best dog on the card. I don't know, man. Yeah, I was on him originally, but I've been convinced otherwise. Not my favorite dog. You guys heard my dogs. Last week, Mr. Finch went 5 out of 5. Let's go one more time. One more time. Let's go. He ragdolled Ochoa in the handshake. I got you, Tyson. What up, King? All right. That's it. Those are my picks. DM at mikefinchshow on Instagram if you want to see who I'm betting on. Let's have some fun tomorrow. I think these are good fist fights. We should have a good time with them. Pretty solid card top to bottom. And I think it's Buckley's moment, man. I think Buckley's going to have a nice finish and you'll have a new highlight for him, It was cool that Francis Ngannou was out there with Kamaru Usman with the face paint on. Looked a little gay, but I mean, I like the, I like the show. All right. I'm good with it. So let's enjoy the fights tomorrow, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. We're in for some good ones. I'll see you guys on Monday night for Most Confident Picks again. Until next time, you guys know what it is. It's peace and love.